Hey, so I shot this video today. I did a whole BMW M track day here in Homestead, Miami. Had a great day today. This video rather is a compilation of all the little segments that kind of made up the whole day. We did a lot of activities from skid pad to driving on the track in the M2, M5, and M8. So this is just a montage of bits of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun experiencing it, and I wanted to share that with you. M track day here at Miami International Speedway. Let's see what kind of cool cars we find. Here I am at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and here for the M track day. Got a nice trio of cars, blue, purple, red here. How fitting. Now, I'm not sure what color this is, but it looks like red. This could be Daytona, and that looks like Long Beach. I'm sorry, Laguna Seca. I can't really tell. These cars look great in person. It has the carbon package. Overall, nice selection of cars here to choose from, and some other cool cars for the UDE.
Great mixture, or a great in-between between the 1M and the M3 or M4. It's like a perfect balance between the two. We also have the X5M competition, and this is the newest variation of that. I actually have not even driven this car yet. You guys will get to drive it before I do. It's typically not this much. That might even scare the hell out of you to think about, right? It is possible, and by using the 9 position distance. With that being said, it has to be finished before the corner, because that's why we're slowing down. The whole reason we're trying to slow the car down is for this corner. It takes that ability away from it. All right, so it will reduce power immediately. Even if you're giving it gas, it says nope. No reef track. Nobody else really gets to experience that except for the ones who came in full day. And then the drift pack. You're going to have a chance to go out the M5, wet skid pad, and experience the oversteer. Kick it out, bring it back. And the way we'll do that is pretty simple. It's super fair.
Okay, drivers.
Imola red to match my Imola red M5. Alright, so I am in an M8 competition. It's Imola red, which is kind of cool. Matches the M5. I'm here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and I'm surrounded by some really cool cars. In front of me there is an M8 competition. There's a matte black M5 competition, the San Marino blue M5 competition, the sapphire metallic. My brain's scrambled. And there's an M8 competition behind me. Can't wait to drive a bunch of 1Ms that are coming up. M2s later on. We're going to do a lead follow on the internal course right now. Initial thoughts on this car. It's nice. It's black and red. From an interior standpoint, kind of like my other car. There's a lot going on, so I'm trying to kind of take it all in. But there is a lot of leather in this car. A lot of leather. A lot of Alcantara. So hopefully this will be fun, and I would love to be able to get a interior shot of me driving, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to be able to do that. So we've got a great line of M8s here, frozen black. Looks like Daytona. These aren't M8s. These are 2 Series or M2s. So we've got Alpine, Sunset. The Phoenix, or what's the new one? It's the one on the F80s. The frozen blue. This was a competition. And they're all running Continentals, Extreme Contacts. They run these at the Performance Center in Spartanburg. Oh, this has a performance exhaust. Very cool. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that. Carson has seen some mileage. Now, for those of you that say the carbons don't hold up for track duty, seem like they do. body lines a particular way. It's a great color. I'm just not sure if it works well for this car. M3 in the flesh, Isle of Man green. Some initial observations. See if I can bump this out. There we go. The color is really nice, and the interior combo, kind of that, it's more orangey than like cinnamon. It's got a 6-speed, which is cool. Doors locked, so I can't see it. Got a CF roof.
We wire money to Harold White.
And
then they wire money back to us.
the snout isn't as awful
So like we'll wire 75
as it seems on the pictures. It's kind of more tolerable, and the overall, we'll call it presence of the car, or the overall stance of the car is nice. It's a little busy in the rear. I think the exhaust tips are probably a bit too big. And by a bit, and they actually hit it. Ah, they finally learned. No more cow udder. Oh, that's interesting. These aren't M brakes.
We're really just not trying to see how the car behaves with a little too much steering and a little too much throttle. So you're going to get two possible outcomes. Either an understeer where the front tire slides, which nobody really likes, or an oversteer where the back end comes around and you can have some fun with that. You're going to slow down just a little bit here.
All right, so I just got done doing a skid pad run in an M5. Started to get the hang of it a little bit. It is a tricky thing, and it's hard to definitely do, for 2 minutes. I think I got 2 minutes doing it. And then we're heading back, parking our cars. I'm in an M5 comp right now, following a bunch of cars. And we'll be doing Autocross shortly. Cool.
M1 mode, that is the button on the left-hand top of the steering wheel, the red one. You should see the M1 icon on the dash. The way we do it is we set the M1 button.
I'm in an M5 competition. About to go on the track here. I'm on the track. We're going to go out. Earlier I did an M8 run, and now I'm in an M5 in a blue one. And the interior's pretty nice.
All right, team.
Looks
We're
like
just
Argon.
about ready to roll. I see James is getting ready to jump into his car.
I'm going to focus.
And we'll be...
So I just did a lap, a lot of laps for the M5. This thing is an animal. I attached my bag upright to the seat. Didn't hold it. There's a nice M2 comp here. S1000RR motorbike that's out there. This color's pretty cool. It looks like, does it even say? Doesn't say. I think it's azurite individual. It's really nice in the sun. A lot of cool colors here. There's an S1000RR tooling around the raceway. Here it comes. You know, we can all airdrop them. All right, this is kind of fun. I'm in a Sunset Orange M2 competition. My first time really in a competition. A couple observations. It's kind of fun to kind of preview the car that I'm ordering. The gauge, the tachometer is pretty neat. Actually, it's not the digital thing that's on the M5. We're going to do an autocross here, timed autocross, which will be fun. I don't know, my brain hurts. Doing all this driving is exhausting. If you've never done it before, it takes a lot of brain power. So I kind of have a headache. But I'm still having fun, and I'm really excited about this. I have this to do, and then we're doing driving on the racetrack in the M2s. I haven't done that yet. So those are the last two activities. And it's fun. Should do this. M track days. So I just did a round of autocross in the M2s, and it's a lot of fun. And it's funny coming from M8, M5,
18.335.
M5 on the track. Those things feel so heavy, and you get in this car, and it feels so light and nimble and tossable and like tight and stout. I don't know. It's just a funny kind of interpretation of it. But it is hard doing the autocross, especially when you're used to just smashing the gas pedal and driving really fast on the track. What sucks is you got to stop in the box, so you kind of hold yourself back, and it's hard, but it's all right. We just finished doing the M2 on the autocross. Now I'm on the M2 competition again, and I'm going to be doing on the racetrack.
All right, so when you put the phone away, we'll get going.
Oh man, what a day! I keep touching my hat. Doing a drag race right now. I am inside of an X5M competition. There's M2 competitions, X6M competitions, and that's kind of really it. I keep winning this one. It's kind of easy in this car, but this thing brakes like no one's business, which is kind of cool. The M2 I did sort of crappy at. It's hard to launch control that. I don't know. I think the all-wheel drive on this is just easier. The interior is pretty interesting. I mean, I have an F85 X5M, and this is a little different. I feel like it's a little bit more busy from an interior standpoint, and the screen is definitely huge, which I guess is cool. What else? I like some of the bits of Alcantara in here. Like this one doesn't have it. The X6M does. I didn't like on the X6M
just checking your settings here,
bar where the handle was. Kind of got in the way of touching the buttons for Windows. But otherwise, you know, this is okay, I guess. That's it. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so wrapping up the day here. Of course, the sun's in my face, so I got to do a squinty face. Sorry for that. This has been a lot of fun. The new cars are really incredible, and what is interesting about, here, I'll get them behind me. What's interesting about driving an M8 and an M5, all these major horsepower cars, is that I found myself really enjoying the M2 the most. All the cars are capable, they have tons of speed, they're responsive, but the M2, it just feels more fun to drive with. It rotates better, it turns better. Just kind of a more fun car, which I didn't really expect to kind of get out of this. And then the other big takeaway is that thing right there, the M3. It's not as bad as the pictures make it out to be. It's bad, right? Let me not bullshit anybody. It's bad, but it's not as terrible as the internet makes you believe it is. And again, for some of the reasons that I point out, especially the ugly snout, and so that snout, and the back end is a bit busy. I do think this is kind of interesting. This piece right here, right? This kind of juts out. It's kind of cool. But the back end is I think too busy for me, and the exhaust, it's too big. It's not in proportion, my opinion. Otherwise, these M-Track days are really a great value. It was like $1,000 for me to do this. I did this a couple years ago, and it was $500 in Monticello, and it was a blast. And so when the opportunity came to do this again, I did it and really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend you do it if you can. It's a lot of fun to go drive someone else's cars with their brakes and their tires. See y'all later.